Puberty for many is an awkward and frustrating process that takes us from childhood to adulthood. For boys around the ages of 13 or 14, puberty begins, and with it comes deepened voices, body and facial hair, growth spurts, pimples, and body odor. Girls experience some of the same things during this process, usually from as early as 8 to as late as 16. Along with what most of the things boys go through during puberty, girls go through developing larger breasts, wider hips and thighs, and getting their periods.
They're like dropping their eggs and they're bleeding. Like it's like mucousy stuff. It's not just blood. It's like some nasty stuff. You know what I mean? It's like some nasty stuff.
What is that nasty stuff?
It's like a mucus discharge of blood and nastiness.
All right.
Process of menstruation. Let's see, it's something girls go through. It's natural. It, I guess, gets them prepared for sex. I think that's about it.
So what I remember about the process of menstruation is from my 9th grade health class. So a woman has a few amount of eggs for her whole entire life. So what happens once a month is that an egg is released from the ovaries, travels down the fallopian tubes, and into the uterus. And within the uterus, you have the uterine lining. And this is the nourishment that is needed in order to feed a growing child in the womb. And this is the part that is gradually shed and how you get your period.
It's nasty, but it's natural. So, you know, I can't be like... I mean, it's just nasty, because, I mean, if I had to go through that, I mean, that'd be pretty disgusting. But it's like throwing up, you know, because, you know, throwing up's natural, but, you know, it's still nasty. You know, they gotta do what you gotta do, you know? You can't control your body like that, I think.
My opinion about the process, I don't really have an opinion on it. I just, like, I know it's a natural thing, so that's about it. Like, I think some people get disgusted by it, but I don't really have an opinion about it, so that's about it.
My opinion on the process of menstruation is that it is ultimately needed. I am not disgusted by it because it is a needed biological function for all women. I have to say it is a little bit alien because I am a man and I have never gone through a period, but I guess in a way it can be kind of magical, especially if you're a young girl going on to womanhood. I feel that it's also kind of correlated to the moon, which is seen in a lot of literature and art and just a lot of stuff. I haven't really thought about it, I have to be honest, but ultimately, in the end, I feel my opinion is that it is needed, because menstruation is a process that is very near to womanhood.
Because... I never thought it was awkward. I mean, it's kind of a personal thing, you know, that's a private area. You know, people don't really like talking about their, you know, their private areas like that. Yeah, that's it, right? I think that's my whole answer.
Why is it awkward? Well, first of all, it's dealing with something that is very private. People would get, like, awkward just talking about, like, their private parts, and it's just the fact that it's so private, and it's just like your own, it's like only you know about it, and it's something you don't usually tell people about. That's why it's awkward.
Why I feel the process of menstruation is so difficult to talk about? A couple reasons. One, biological functions discussed in public are kind of taboo. Two, womanhood. And while I feel that women in society have gained a lot for equality, a woman still should be seen as a prim and proper, respectable young lady. Discussing what's happening down there is not really what she's supposed to be doing with her time. And finally, it's kind of correlated to the realm of sex jokes. I feel that really, going back to the biological, the first point, it's uncomfortable because we're talking about how very human we are and how we have very human needs. This ties into the second part because a woman is supposed to be prim and proper, and I feel that discussing her needs and discussing what makes her tick is something that society frowns upon because society wants a hard-working, proper young woman who is pious and who is very strong. And I feel finally it ties into the realm of sex jokes because a lot of people are really uncomfortable with the concept of sex. They don't want to be reminded that they have very lustful drives because it's something in society that we've used as something that we need to combat. And that is why I feel people are at times feel really awkward about talking about it.
They usually kind of get really mad at me. Little things bother them. They'll start crying when they watch Finding Nemo, and they usually tell me to buy them like chocolate ice cream with almonds or something like that. And then I buy them chocolate ice cream with almonds.
If I had a girlfriend and if she was on her period, I just try not to make her mad. Like, I know, like, you get cramps and you get really irritated during your menstrual cycle, and just don't get her mad. Do whatever she wants to tell you. Act like you're whipped. That's basically it.
How would I take care of my girlfriend if she was on a period? Well, first, I do have to disclose the fact that I am a gay American. So the concept of me having a girlfriend is already a little awkward. But I feel that if you're in a relationship with someone, you definitely have to be there for them. And if I had a girlfriend and she was on her period and she was cramping up, then I would ask, what can I do? What do you need? How can I help you? And I feel that that would be the best way for me to help someone with that.
I mean, if she wants to talk to me about it, talk to me about it. That's all. That's part of the relationship. You got to communicate. Yeah, I mean, it won't disgust me or anything. I won't like think less of her because she wants to talk about it. I don't know. I think that's a little silly.
Yeah, I don't see why not. She's my girlfriend, so she can talk to me about anything.
I say yes, if that was something that she wanted to talk about. I feel that ultimately, if it's something that needs to be discussed, it will come up and I will gladly talk about it. That being said, I am a little creeped out a little on the details. I'm sorry I said that. Once again, as a man, it's hard for me to empathize, but I can sympathize with the concept of being in pain. So, yeah.
So, to summarize, those who are ill informed about periods act negatively towards them because they don't understand the process and how it affects a woman. I understand where men come from when they say that they don't get girls in their periods. They don't have to go through the process themselves, so why care about something that is foreign and weird to you? However, by understanding each other's bodies, we can understand why someone acts the way they do based on what they go through. So, guys, don't be afraid to ask questions. Women are more than happy to help you understand them better.
Provided you take common sense care of yourself.